Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I just would like to add a legal matter under closed session, please. So 10.1 or no, 12.1, 12.1.
Okay, not hearing any, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, it's carried unanimously. Moving on to the CAO report. Carrie, how are things going?
Great, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. Quick thing, update is on the Central Peace Regional Water Project. The contract number 1 for the intake in the pump station is going really, really well. There's a lot of nice pictures there that we put in the CO report for this week. Was talking to Mr. Plensky about it, and you can see where they've got all the circles around that prepared for the 90-foot hole.
Oh,
And they're starting to, I don't know if Justine can bring up the picture, but it's, they've got all these styrofoam circles that you'll see a circular picture from above view. And
Yeah.
Each of those styrofoam circles,
Page 25 of the CAO report.
they're, see that one, that picture there? So each of those styrofoam circles, what they're doing is they're drilling through each one of those one at a time, but skipping one, like if that's correct, right?
Yeah.
Skipping one, filling them with concrete, and then they'll go back and do the infills between the ones that they're skipping.
Oh, yeah.
And then you end up with that whole concrete, each of those concrete circles goes down 90 feet into the ground and filled with concrete. So once they're all filled in, you'll have that 90-foot circular structure of concrete columns that will basically, the strength in that structure is like an arch. You got all the concrete, just like you have an arch over a door, but this is circular, keeps it from caving in, that type of engineered structure. So it's coming along, and then they're gonna, after that's all built, they're gonna bring in an excavator, a long stretch excavator to dig as much as they can from the top. And then they're gonna drop another excavator in and start filling up like buckets and hauling it out until they get the whole 90-foot hole dug out. And you can see they're also, in the next picture down, they've got that large blue crane helping out there with the 2 drilling rigs. That blue crane's gonna be moved down to the water. They're building the road down to the river edge next. And that crane will help bring down the trestle bridges, and that crane will actually work out on those trestle bridges on the river.
Cool.
So it's quite the site from what it used to look like.
It's amazing. Very cool.
Very cool. So that's nice, it's moving along really well. Canadian fiber optics, I had an update I sent to council this morning. They're still in the process of just finalizing their work with the subcontractor. We're still looking like they've made some progress on the Taos Cova gate cost issue. And they said that they'll present to council soon on where they're at. And all we do is wrapping up some stuff with the border. And they're committed to the project and getting it done as fast as they can. And let's get started so it's on.
Sounds good.
Nurse practitioner, we still haven't been successful in finding that lead candidate. So we're working on an alternative plan as far as keeping patients up to date, keeping prescriptions on. I asked them some a little bit of a backup plan during the now. We don't get somebody going into June 7th. Also, I was had a phone call from the landlord that we're renting the house from, Mr. River, that's accommodating some of the medical staff.
Yes.
That 1-year lease is up at the end of January. She was asking me if there's any intention of the council wanting to consider extending that.
Okay.
You know, possibly by the end of October, so she knew where our business is. I told her, I those two guys coming up other any interest by this council to extend that, or we still need council to consider extending that further.
So has it been full since we have taken that over?
Yeah, I think the very first month in February, we had a tenant for half of February, and since then it's been full.
Okay.
So the first month that we rented it, we lost some money,
Yeah.
but since then we're breaking it.
Okay. Well, I think it's a great resource to try to have a spot for medical staff to go in. I know there's still a shortage at the lodge in different places that I think it's of benefit.
But, so I'll need direction from council at some point. Want to extend that further or not?
Okay. Yeah, do you want to bring an RFD to the next meeting?
Sure.
We can talk about it. Okay,
And other than that,
do you,
there was, our development coordinators
Yes.
on medical leave.
yes,
And so right now they're the only authority to approve development issues like permits, subdivisions, MPC, all those things that are assigned to that position. So in lieu of that, I was gonna ask council to appoint me as the development authority for the time being,
yeah,
until that leave of absence is up.
okay. So, we need to make
Council
a motion.
appoints the chief administrative officer as the development authority for Saddle Hills County. Until the leave of absence of the development coordinator is, what's the word there? Is over, or,
I wonder if we didn't just say effective today and,
And then we make another motion when she returns.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you will.
effective today?
Have you signed anything before today?
No.
Okay. Okay. Who would like to make this motion? Councillor Roy?
Yes, I can make that, Madam Chair.
Oh, I thank you so much,
Unless it's
Mr. Roy.
a conflict, as I'm the chair of the MPC, but I don't think it is. Be okay.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Thank you for accommodating that.
no problem.
Okay, I will call the question. All in favor? Good, that's carried unanimously.
Other than that, Madam Chair, that's all I have, unless you have questions for staff.
I don't think so. I don't know. Councillor Klatt.
Okay, I have a question. Somebody had approached me. They put in an application for water. They were approved for water and it was all completed. But when they're not on the list to get water, so they came into the county to ask about it. And they were told they were approved, but not on the construction plan. How does that work?
Good morning, everyone. So if you apply for water and you're not in the bubble that's being serviced this year, you're approved to get it, but once council approves the next section of the bubble, so if they're not in the servicing bubble, then they don't get it this year, but they could be applying for outside of that area.
They were within the service bubble, but not for this year. Like there's other people that are approved that, you know, their little dot is that different color, but these individuals it's like they never approved when you look at the map.
Okay, well, if you could forward that to me, I could drill into that more and get a response back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Roy?
Ron, while you're sitting there, Range Road 110, I just wanna maybe just put it on your radar in the future. That road is probably gonna need some TLC. There's probably at now about 10 large trucks on a daily basis between North River and Logan hauling out of there between NGL trucks and liquid trucks. So, I think it's not gonna be able to be a very nice road in the future, so, in time, so that's just something, I know you look at doing in-house builds in the future, every year. That might be something to put on the radar for one of these years, thanks. Oh, yeah. That's not wrong. Sorry. A while back, actually, Reeve Smith, you brought up about a second recreational property down by the Peace River. And I've had some people actually kind of over in that corner of the Blueberry area kind of mention something about Saddle Hills looking into that. And I know we brought that up, but it never did go any,
No.
make any traction, did it?
No,
As in, okay.
no, I didn't.
All right, well, it might be something to look at in the future.
Budget aspiration.
That's it.
Here you go. I was gonna comment today about the highways getting mowed. I did notice that we personally went and cleaned up mowing. Thank you very much for where the water lines had been in the ditch. Looks great. The province is lagging on mowing the ditches. Like, I see them now today. They just started going down 725. But like, it's a hazard. Like, there was a dead deer on my way in here this morning, on the road and stuff. Like, it's really hard when, like, last year was the exact same thing. It was the end of August by the time they got to mowing the secondary highways. And like, I've had residents say to me, could the county just mow them or something, because they're just so late on doing it and the season's over and the grass has been so high and now it's all gone to seed, because I've had some issues from some residents being like, the highway's not looking after their dishes. Now the foxtail and the thistle and everything is blowing all over the place and stuff like that. And it is a pain when they're like, I don't think it's acceptable to be mowing this late in the season. Like, it's not. It's just comment. I know they're out there. I just saw them heading north here today, but it's late. It's late to be mowing. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I can give you a little bit of insight into that. The province over the last 3 or 4 years, and also the regional director mentioned at the zone meeting, the RMA zone meeting, they were in their operating budget for the province.
Yeah.
The higher elected officials made a decision to transfer some of their operating funds away from mowing for other higher priority items they wanted done. And they cut down their mowing across the province. And they realized that that's created a problem. And now they want to start beefing up their contracts to get the mowing more up to speed on their numbered highways.
Okay.
But what they realized it's caused is that a lot of the guys who were doing work for the province have sold all their equipment when they cut back.
Yes.
And now they're waiting for the more formal commitment from the province, so they buy equipment to
Totally.
get back on the program,
Totally.
to beef up their process.
Yeah.
But they do say that they do hybrid contracts with municipalities if we would like, where on our own secondaries in our county, they'll work with us and partner with us. Maybe we'll pay the cost or they'll reimburse us or what have you, but
Yeah.
they're willing to do that.
Okay. I just think it's something to look into. Like, it is a safety concern and as well as a weed concern for local farmers, but yeah, it's just unfortunate. Councillor Richard.
No, I definitely agree with you there also. I noticed on 727 across the creek there's been toad flax in them banks every year and then they haven't mowed and we get letters from, we got some in our field, but when you drive down the highway, you can see the banks are yellow and, the animals are going back and forth. I mean, either spray them or mow them or something. It's not that easy area to mow, but like you said, they got to get on it somehow. But
Yeah.
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 and I just had a couple other things, but. no,
Okay, why don't we
yeah,
finish talking about
yep.
this subject? Because I just have Councilor Armagost, and I'll come back to you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Armagost?
Still wanted to talk about ditch mowing?
Yeah. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
No, well, on 95 on the Silver Valley Road, the forestry firefighting tore the crap out of the bottom of the ditches. And just another thing to be on your radar, I think maybe that would be a great place to send a little dozer out to flatten all that mess down, because the ditches are dangerous there.
Okay,
If you fall in them, they're rutted right up.
okay,
That's all I had, thank you.
okay, so Councilor Richard?
Yeah, no, just for Ron, on 727, that's a secondary highway, but I know they, last year they fixed all those bumps where the culverts had sunken in, but there's another one about 1.75 miles just off Highway 49, right on the speed corner, which is, if you're not paying attention, it really catches you off hand, and so it'd be, especially if there're gonna be possibly some paving guys in Happy Valley, you know, like if it just needs a little lift, it might be a good time to get that done while there's guys in there, but there's probably a few more other spots on the road that are getting to that point, but there's one that's really bad there now, and there's no bump sign or nothing to let people know
Okay.
that you're coming up to that, so. And, no, and maybe I don't know, the Happy Valley Fire Hall, where are we at on the construction there?
Yes, good morning. The subdivision application, I understand it was just approved. It's waiting a signature, so I understand our development authority will be able to sign that today and it can go off. We can actually get the land transferred. And we can start site work.
So when do you think the construction of that site could get done? Because the conditions are great right
Yeah,
now.
my goal is to have the RFP out by the end of the week. And then we can get our bids in by like late September. We can select a contractor and start work.
Just one other question for you, Ron, sorry. On Range Road 81, I know the road that they're looking to pave there, they replaced some culverts on that road, but do you know I know there's a few culverts, like before it seemed like they were actually a little bit high. Hopefully now that they've lowered them, or do you know for sure if they did that, or?
Well, we didn't replace any cross culverts across 81. We extended one or two.
Well, just extend, I'd seen the shiny on the ends, I didn't actually look down them, okay,
Yeah, so it's the same elevation.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Good?
Good, yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, no problem. Does anyone, what? Carrie, did you have a comment on anything?
So as Mr. Daly said, he's waiting for the new development authority to sign a subdivision.
Yes, you betcha. Sounds good. We took care of that then. Do we want to make a motion to bring to the next council meeting some information regarding the reserve balances? Yeah, would someone like to make a motion in regards to that talk last night? What? You'll do that? Oh, Ed's got his name up. Councilor Armagost, you want to make that motion? Okay. Sure. To bring, bring back what do we call that chart? Okay, that's perfect. Excellent. Okay, moved by Councilor Armagost. Does that motion look perfect for you, Mr. Armagost? Yeah, sure. Okay, any discussion on that? Not hearing any, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, it's carried unanimously. Great. If no one else has anything else to discuss, would someone like to move the CAO report for information? Moved by Councilor Roy. Geez, you are. Yeah, you're helping Mr. Hubert and his mission. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, moved by Councilor Roy. I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, it's carried. Mr. Armagost, would you like to vote on this? Oh, sure. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. That's carried unanimously. Okay, we have a couple delegations today that we will entertain, 10 o'clock. Let's move on to 7.1, cost for an access road and parking lot.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Daly will present.
Excellent. Let's make her short and sweet today, boys. We've got beautiful weather, Columbine's running, Baylor's running. We're staying on point today, folks. We'll see. How's it going, Bryce?
So we checked with Alberta Transportation, because we do have a couple different access options, or we thought we did.
Need this.
The approach, just right at the curve, that's in line with Range Road 83. That one is for agricultural use, and we're not to use that for any additional development. So we would, our only access would be coming off, extend the access road off Range Road 84, past the office here, past the water plant, at the north end of the reservoir. So we'd have to clear the trees and build an access road over to the other side of the tree line, as shown in the drawing. And to do that, we have an estimate. It was around right in the $110,000 mark. Possibly there may be some wetland offset fees. We put another $10,000 in there. So we're looking at $120,000 to put a parking lot, an access road for a future gathering area, or for any other developments we wish to put on the complex land on that side of the reservoirs. Because going around the south end of the reservoirs isn't really, that's not a good idea. So, yeah, so, thank you.
Okay, Councillor Roy.
I like this idea. I mean, that do not enter signs start to get annoying as you drive by and look at that approach. So, I mean, if we can get it torn out, here's a good option to move forward and put something together to put a road and get rid of that, and a little parking lot for, for the ASB field trials, if that ends up still being some in the future, and or could even be a big data center over that whole corner. You never know. Okay, no, that's I would support pushing that money.
Okay. Deputy Hubert, this was kind of your dream. What is your thoughts on it?
You know, I was one way or the other, but I think if we build a road and a parking lot over there, I think we'll develop that area. I think
Yes.
it's the start of that.
Yeah.
You know, I guess my dream of the proposed gathering area was more down in the bottom corner, but what do I know? But I could support this.
So your thought was to extend it and go farther north then from there and take it down kind of to the
Yeah,
corner?
And you could walk down there too, I guess.
Yeah,
But, you know, I mean, I thought that if you're having a gathering spot, if you aren't right in the proximity of the traffic going by the highway, it's maybe a little bit more appealing.
yes. So is it possible, Bryce, to push the proposed parking lot, proposed gathering area to the far south corner, like to the, where the cursor is there?
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy. Once we're over there, we can basically put it anywhere in that field, along
Well,
the
then
tree
why don't
line.
we do
I don't know if the parking lot has to be right at the bottom end, but I think if it was in the middle, it would service that whole area better, you know, if the, there's a little bit of a ditch there, sort of looks like. If it was just above there, you know,
Yeah.
then it would be not too far to walk down to the bottom, and you could access the top if there's field trials and.
Yeah. So moving it maybe
Yeah,
more
right,
mid?
kind of where the
Yeah.
cursor is, the parking lot there.
Yes, could we
Yeah.
move it farther down like that? Would that work?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I like that idea.
Area down there, 'cause that's everybody want to have a little picnic area.
Yeah, but the picnic area, I believe you want it down kind of closer to the bottom where further away from the highway, right?
Yeah, right
But-
by cursors, that would be good, and that
For-
way people
for-
can still park up there, walk down to the gathering area.
Yeah,
Or whatever, maybe a little bit wider trails.
Okay, Councillor Ashar, do you have a comment on this?
Yeah, it looks fine, but I don't know, like, the fact that Moonshine Lake is not that far from where we're at here. I'd like to see this wait a bit, maybe have new council look at this, but I just also had a text from a hunter there had a game camera just to south there, and there's a grizzly bear probably within half a mile of here that was on the camera just a few days ago. So I don't know. It's just another thing to. Are we opening up a new can of worms or whatever? But I think it's a good plan, but there's lots of good plans out there. Whether this one's priority right now, I don't know. Thank you.
Okay, so your thought is more to push this to budget 2026 discussions, maybe take it to that, to budget 2026 deliberations? Okay, what's everyone else's thoughts? Do we want to send this plan to the budget 2026? Council Roy?
Well, Jerry's concerns on safety, I mean, let's face it, we have all through Alberta hiking trails and I've seen lots of, incidents where there's predators seem to, but that's just part of life. We have to live with them. It's part of our back door of our Saddle Hills, so, for the amount of money that they're proposing, I think we could find it in our budget this year to make it happen, so that's all I'm saying.
Okay, Deputy Hubert.
I'd move up option one, more or less. We need to, it says as shown on the attached map, but we want to move it south, I believe.
Yeah, do you want to just say on the amended map?
Yeah, Sean.
Does that work for you, Bryce? Do you understand where we were kind of going
Okay,
with?
so we want it about halfway down, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yep. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Any more discussion on that? Not hearing any, I'll call a question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried. Okay, moving on to under upgrading the wastewater pump at the Constituent Water Treatment Plant. So I hear we need a new pump. What is, say, who's in agreement that we should upgrade the pump? Ron, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so, the wastewater pump, that we do have, did get a fair bit of use this year. Some pipeline people were using it and, used it for road, construction and dust control. So they figure we used about 500 cubes per month out of that wastewater pump. I don't know if anyone used it for spraying. I was trying to encourage that, but I'm not sure if they tried it. But they did use it for that purpose. The cost to upgrade that to a bigger pump and permanent line would be $150,000. And our option is to put that into next year's budget deliberations. Thank you.
Deputy Hubert. Can I adjust your motion?
Sure.
Well, I guess I can maybe we should have a subsequent motion. I'm interested in doing this at Savannah as well. I've had some guys come and talk to me recently, because there's just been conversations throughout the last few weeks and people talking about water coming to their place and, when people get their cow water or they're getting potable water or different things like that. And I know in the past, unfortunately, people have been short of water for their cattle and they go to the water treatment plant to fill their tanks. But they said, we would take wastewater if there was wastewater or other water as well. And I'm just thinking that I think it's a great option. Like we're gonna be having a lot more potable water lines, rural water lines hooked up to people's houses. And if this, I don't know, it doesn't need to be potable for a lot of agricultural reasons, that I would be in favor. We can make the motion for constituent and maybe make I would like to see a motion made to look at adding it to the Savannah area as well. So I guess we can move this motion and then, does anyone want to talk to this motion? Or do they want to talk about what I was talking about?
I think we should bring an RFD back for Savannah.
Okay,
Have administration look at that and say, yeah, that makes sense, or we can do that.
okay. Okay, so in regards to the constituent, Mr. Roy, did you want to talk about this one? No, Mr. Richard, did you want to talk about this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. I'm glad it's, I think once it's up and running, I think a lot of farmers, I know will be using it. But one thing I see the estimate cost, the $100,000 for the power. I think that's a little steep, or like, where is it going to? Like, is that just an estimate cost or?
Yeah, we obtained a quote
Yeah.
for that earlier in the year. And just
Yeah.
buried cable,
Yeah.
the cost of that is quite expensive. But
Because how far do you have to go with that cable roughly, or?
from the water plant down to where the wastewater pond
So
is,
that's, what distance would that be roughly, or?
must be a couple 100 meters, I would imagine.
I think it's just an estimate. Hopefully it'll
Yeah.
come in under that.
Yeah,
but-
no, it seems awful steep to me,
Yes.
because we've run three-phase wire, that distance for our dryers and different things, and it's probably a quarter of that price, so I was just wondering why the $100,000
Yes.
seems awful steep, but I mean, whatever it is, it's something to look at when it happens, but I'm happy that we're looking at it. Okay, thanks, Ron, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Richard. Okay, with that, I'll call the question on Mr. Hubert's motion. Okay, that's carried unanimously. Would someone like to make a subsequent motion that we bring information to the next ask administration? Thank you. Yeah, just one sec.
I just wondered about Bonanza as well. I mean, I think that an option at Bonanza would be just as good as Savannah as well, because it would split up, like right at the plant. I don't know how much wastewater you get, about the same amount, but,
Why don't we ask then for Savannah and Bonanza to bring to the next meeting? Does that work?
yeah, that would switch for farmers and
Yep,
wouldn't get.
we might as well look at it. I think we want to discuss it as this council, so, or have it, the information done in time so it can go to the budget deliberations for 2026, so. It-
We wanna put pumps and wastewater options, or, outlet options,
It's not up, yeah, it's, what would you,
just wastewater outlet options.
yeah. How about bring back information on providing wastewater or something, right?
Well, I guess when I read that wastewater thing though, I think of sewage water.
Yeah,
Treatment wastewater.
non-potable water, yeah, that's a better
Maybe
word,
our last motion should have said that too, but.
yeah. On providing non-potable water, yeah. Okay, is that your motion, Councillor Armagost? Yeah, I think it. Okay, Councillor Klatt.
I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know about Woking, but why not look at all the? They don't have wastewater? Okay, thank you.
Great question. Okay,
Great answer as well.
Yes.
I didn't know.
okay. Okay, I'll call the question, all in favor. Okay, it's carried unanimously.
It sounds good, it sounds good.
Okay, it's carried unanimously. Okay, purchasing a small bus.
Thank you, Manager. Mr. Poinski present.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we've been looking for a bus as per council's motion, and it's been difficult to find one in good shape with the wheelchair. Sometimes you find the 18 passenger or more, but no wheelchair part. So we did find one that's a little bit smaller, a 2018 Ford Transit bus that has just over 76,000 kilometers for 56.5. It has 13 seats, and if you some of the seats go away if you use the wheelchairs thing, so it'd be 9 seats with 2 wheelchairs if you needed to have someone with wheelchairs. So that's one of the options, or we could continue looking for a used bus. Thank you.
I think that bus looks amazing.
Looks sporty.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice size.
It's almost as nice as your motor one.
Just about, but she's got a little more class. The old travel mate. Okay, Councillor Richard.
Yeah, no, the bus looks great. I think it's a great idea, but I still think, having a shared one with a G5 or someone else, I think is still the option. I don't like to go buy another bus, and it's a nice shiny bus, but we still have to put a driver in there also, and, at this time, I think, when we've used the MD one, it seemed to be, I know, like my mom rides in it, and she's happy in that bus, so I don't know, I don't know, I just think it's just, I know some ratepayers are gonna wonder, like, what did you need another bus for, it depends, if it's gonna be used constantly, it's one thing, but I'd like to just work with the MD, is my opinion, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Richard. Councillor Roy.
I can move option 1.
Okay. Deputy Hubert. Okay. So we have a motion on the floor. I'll call a question, all in favor. Okay, that's carried. Does someone want to make a motion that we bring a policy about the bus usage? Bring a draft policy, cause we need to probably discuss about bus usage and who can use it and all those great things that are gonna come with it. So would someone like to make a motion to potentially bring that policy bring a draft policy, so we can start drafting what that's gonna look like, so we have that in place by the time the bus gets here? Deputy Reeve Hubert?
You betcha, thanks.
Thanks. That council direct administration to bring a draft policy regarding small bus usage to a future council meeting. Probably the sooner the better, but I'm not gonna, first, second meeting in September, whatever, just so that once it gets here, we have a plan on how it can be used. Yeah, Alvin did. Okay. I'll call the question, all in favor. Okay, that's carried. Okay, Spring Lake Ski Hill Road construction estimate.
Madam Chair, Ms. Polinsky will present.
Madam Chair, may
Now-
I make a comment?
Yeah, should we talk about this after the delegation? Cause isn't the delegation regarding Spring Lake Ski Hill?
The delegation's about the same thing, yes.
Yeah, so should we maybe wait till after the delegation? Okay, look, can we break for 5?
Can I make a quick comment?
Yeah,
I was at Spring Lake last weekend.
nice.
Yes. And you know what? Like, I was pretty proud of the fact that everywhere is splashed the Saddle Hills County logo.
Like it.
But I was of the mind that, you know, if I was the county of Grand Prairie, I don't know if I'd really want to stick a whole bunch of money into there. Somewhere along the way, I believe there needs to be some recognition of the county of Grand Prairie and their support for Spring Lake Ski Hill.
Yeah,
You know, there's Saddle Hills logos everywhere, which is fine.
yes.
But the county of Grand Prairie has some support in there, and somehow
Yes.
it needs to be recognized.
Okay, good to know. Okay, can we break for 5 and we'll come back? And I think we should just delay this conversation till after the delegation, but we'll come back and move down to, draft bylaw 453, repealing of bylaw 298, 7.5.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So
Okay.
this repealing bylaw is associated with the lease cancellation.
Yes,
So this just wraps up the final step in that process of canceling the lease. When we originally issue leases, we do a road closure bylaw.
yeah,
Since this one's canceled, we're bringing a repealing bylaw for the associated road
Correct.
closure bylaw. Thank you.
okay. So would someone like to move first reading? Deputy Hubert,
May I move first reading, Madam Chair?
I would love that. Thank you. I'll call the question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously. Would someone like to move second reading? Councilor Armagost, thank you. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously. Would someone like to move consideration to proceed with third reading? Councillor Glatt, you'll move that? Yes. Okay. This has to be carried unanimously or else we don't go on to third today. Otherwise it'll come to the next meeting. So I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. So we will bring this to the next meeting. Okay. It's defeated. I mean, it's carried, but it's defeated because 2 people voted against. So we'll bring it to the next meeting for third reading. Okay, so the road closure bylaw.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So this was council directed administration to bring this road closure bylaw,
Yes.
partial road closure bylaw. to
Yeah.
this. So we're bringing it forward for council to consider first reading and
Yeah.
also to set a date for a public hearing.
For
We
the
do-
closure.
Yeah, we do have to advertise for 2 consecutive weeks
Okay,
for the public hearing, so
okay.
we'd have to
So-
pick a date after that.
Okay, so would someone like to move first reading? Councilor Roy?
Sure.
Thanks. I'll call the question. All in favor?
Sorry?
It's fine. It's carried unanimously. Okay, we need to set a date. I'd
So-
like
so-
to,
So we'll
set a
be-
date with this council.
So-
Like, I'd like it,
We're dreaming about getting this passed before our term is over.
what?
We think we have time to get this done before our council term is over, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
So what's 2 weeks from now?
So if it goes in the signal this Friday,
Yep,
it'll be in next week's signal on the 2nd, and then we do it again, it'll be in the signal on the week of the 8th. So that would be, the 2 weeks would be up September 12th.
okay, so we have to do it sometime after September 12th. So what works?
The next council meeting would then be on September 23rd, and you could pick a time on that council meeting day to have the public hearing. It'll be part of the agenda.
Okay, do we want to do that? Does that work for everybody? So September 23rd at 10 a.m.? Yep, Deputy Hubert,
I'll move.
thank you. Moved by Deputy Hubert. Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? Perfect, that's carried unanimously. Okay, moving on to 8.1.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So they made some changes to the MGA, so administration's just bringing forward the bylaw that establishes the position of Chief Administrative Officer. In the bylaw, you'll notice we did a couple of just regular, just cleanup stuff. But in section 3, they used to be, the MJ allowed you to appoint 1 or more persons to be the CAO. They changed it, that you only can appoint a single person to be CAO now, so we've updated that language to accommodate that. And we also updated the 3C, where it talked about if the CAO position is vacant for any reasons, council may appoint that person as CAO or as an interim
Yeah.
CAO. We put that in there.
That looks good.
And then under section 7C, we just updated because the FOIPAC's changed to a different name. And in section 7D, we mentioned that there's another change to the MGA that In section 153D and in 2083, it just refers to that the CEO, if he's questioned by any counselor on any particular item, that he shares his response with the rest of council within,
We're good.
30.
Okay,
yeah,
Mr.
that
Hubert will
timeline.
move first reading.
I'd love to move first reading, kind of
Yeah.
things that our CAO already does. He's
Yes.
pretty awesome. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You betcha. Okay. Any discussion on first reading? I'm not seeing any. I'll call a question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Councilor Roy? Thank you so much. I'll entertain that motion. Okay, with that, any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously. Okay, consideration be given for third. I think it's pretty straightforward. No one's gonna have any issues that we could proceed. Councilor Armagost? Thank you so much, Councilor Armagost. I'll call the question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously, so we can move to third reading. Would someone like to move third reading? Councilor Clark, would you like to do that? Thank you. I could see your finger was going for the button. Okay, with that, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Okay, do we want to talk draft bylaw? 456, 2025.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So, we received a request to consider amending our land use bylaw for, in particular, in the country residential part of the bylaw, dealing with a maximum of 10-acre subdivisions on quarters of land. And if council might want to consider changing that, there's 3 different areas that mention this in our land use bylaw, but changing all of them from 10 to 20 acres to allow larger subdivisions. So administration is bringing this forward for council to consider us doing this. It would be similar to the bylaw you looked at just previously, where looking at first reading and then setting a date for public hearing.
Okay. Deputy Hubert, what's your thoughts?
Madam Chair, this makes me very happy. It doesn't mean that all lots will be 20 acres, but it means that they can be up to 20 acres. I have a neighbor who wants to sell a subdivision to another guy, and it's like 12 acres. And the rules say 10 acres, so he could lose part of his windbreak because of this. And so I think in the country, I think a 20-acre subdivision is a great thing. 10 acres isn't very big. It also helps people maybe somewhere along the line with setbacks from sewage lagoons and stuff. So I believe 20 acres is a good thing for residents in the country. It's a good thing for the county. And I would like to move first reading.
Perfect. Okay, I'll call the question on that. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. We need to set a date for a public hearing. Do you want to do it September 23rd? At 10:30 a.m.?
I mean, the other public hearing,
We'll take 30 minutes.
yeah, probably. We should be-
Excellent.
Should be.
Excellent. Very good. Well, would you like somebody to move that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay,
Councilor
thanks,
Roy. I appreciate it. Okay, with that, I'll call the question. All in favor?
So, Madam Chair, are you trying to tell me that after the second public hearing, we'll be done for the day that day?
I'm saying that's what's gonna
Okay, I
happen.
like that idea a lot.
Keep focusing and we'll get there. Okay, July 2025 monthly budget variance report, and then we will proceed with our delegations.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Friesen will present.
Thanks. Hey, John, we're gonna do a quick overview. I think we've all had a good look at it. If you have a couple short highlights, we'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I think everyone's had a perusal.
Yeah, there's nothing significant to report in this month's update. Revenues and everything are right in line with budget. And only variances I would want to point out is the same things I mentioned in previous reports.
Yeah.
The DRP for revenue and so on. So nothing significant. Thank you.
Thanks so much, John. Does anyone have any questions or comments for John based on this? Once again, I greatly appreciate it. It's nice to see, and gives a good update on where the projects are at and that type of thing as well, and ensures that we stay on budget. Would someone like to move it as presented? Councillor Armagost? Thank you so much. Any more discussion on it? Not hearing any, I'll call the question. Okay, that's carried unanimously. So we will get ready for our delegation. So our first one is Philip J. Curry Dinosaur Museum. So if you guys want to come up and we'll get you set up. I just got to make a quick phone call.
I'll just turn it on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I have to get our IT person to check USB. Okay. So I don't know if they have time to do it right now because we got the delegation, but.
It's just material we can't leave.
Right, yes.
Are you able to do it without?
I could, yeah. Yeah, sorry. About
Yeah,
that.
No, that's fine.
Who controls the pages?
Okay.
Okay.
So just tell me next slide.
Because we'll skip past some and just speak to the highlights.
How are y'all?
Good, Alan. How you doing?
Good, good.
Don't worry, I can mention it. Just because it highlights highlights of their education and tourism experiences. Okay. I won't.
If there are questions, go there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, is everyone ready? Okay, so welcome to our meeting. We're happy to have you guys and eager to hear your guys' presentation. You have 15 minutes, so we look forward to hearing what you have to say.
All right. Thank you very much, Reeve Smith. We appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I'm Ryan Mesko. I'm the board chair for the Philip J. Curry Dinosaur Museum. I brought with me today Dr. Emily Bamforth, our curator, and our executive director, Lyndon Roberts. I'll let them speak.
Perfect, sounds good.
Excellent. So if we could, I'm going to just go to the highlights. So if we can go to the next slide, or actually the next one after that. One of the things we've been focusing on is revising our school programs to meet the new curriculum. The improvement, we also improved the booking system. I believe all of your grade 3 students in Saddle Hills visited this year, along with 2,000 other students from the region, which is 4 times as many as we had pre-pandemic. We've been building up, but we haven't even finished the year, and we're at 2,000. So the programs are all well received by the schools, and we continue to work on more of them. And then we move on. The other thing that we've done with these programs is develop programs that have an outreach component, virtual programs, and in-class visits where our staff go to the classes. The virtual programs have reached well beyond the province, and we've had people from Ontario and the States, as well as groups that want programs in winter or when it's not accessible. And then our dinosaur summer camps, which have been very popular. We'll flip forward a little bit to...
Back there was a quote from the principal from Savannah School. So that's Chris Young, the principal from Savannah. I just noticed that as I was flipping through.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The teachers have loved it. The students have loved it as well, but the teachers have really enjoyed it. And our intention was to be able to address elements of the new curriculum that the teachers were less comfortable with. So we fit a niche in there. And then the big event was 2 years ago. A group from the BBC came and filmed in our area for Walking with Dinosaurs, which launched this year in the UK and is now available online in Canada. We got the region got incredible media coverage. We pulled Big Sam out and we got 1 million views from a clip from CBC Edmonton. And I've got a typo in there because my brain just couldn't do it. The Walking with Dinosaurs media clip about our region had 517 million views, which...
Crazy.
That's almost the same thing.
and it focused on the region. It wasn't necessarily about the museum, but it really focused on the dinosaurs of our region. That matched with the experiences moving forward, the unforgettable experiences that we think we offer that no other place does. Our Paleontologist for a Day program, the bone bed tours. We're working on a lab volunteer program, and we've opened up lab tours as a regular feature. This year, partly because of the coverage we got from Walking with Dinosaurs, we've been able to track where people are from, and Paleontologists for a Day, 80% of the visitors this year were tourists. A lot from outside, international tourists, a lot from outside of Alberta, but that is a huge change. Our rafting program that we started up this year, 50% of our patrons were tourists. So our role as a tourism anchor is starting to become a reality. Thanks a lot to BBC, but the feedback we've been getting is that we're developing world-class experiences. The fact that they're still being visited by locals is a tribute to the fact that we haven't priced them out of our local market, which was something we really wanted to do, so that now local people can come to the museum and really experience something that people in the rest of the world think is world-class and unique. So it's a real bonus for our community. In terms of what we're doing for Paleontologists for a Day, I'm going to hand off to Emily to talk a little bit about this year's outdoor experiences and what they've been doing as a research group.
So thank you again. We really come to speak with you today. So I'm the curator of the Philip J. Currie Dinosaur Museum. I head up the research program at our museum. And when people tend to think of dinosaurs in this region, they tend to think of places like Wembley and the Pipestone Creek bone bed. However, this area in Saddle Hills is a valuable source of paleontological resources as well. So today I want to take just a quick couple of minutes just to highlight 3 of the important fossil sites from the Saddle Hills County and from the region. And so the one I want to highlight mainly is a site we have just outside of Woking. It's a site we call Weathertop. And it's a site that's famous actually for really tiny fossils, what we call microvertebrates. And from that one site, we have found a tiny tooth. It is a tooth from a Tyrannosaur. This is the group that includes T-Rex. What is really significant about this specimen, though, is its age. So most of the dinosaurs we find in this region are from about 72 million years ago. This particular fossil is from about 76. This would make it one of the oldest Tyrannosaurs ever found in Alberta, and certainly the furthest north one ever found in North America. So this is a tremendously exciting site for us, and again, that's found just outside of Woking. Another fossil find that you may remember is what was called the Spirit River Hadrosaur. It's collected in 2013 during the construction of a pipeline by Tourmaline. That was an almost complete duckbill dinosaur skeleton. It predates our museum. It was actually collected by the Royal Ontario Museum of Paleontology in Drumheller. We do have a piece of that specimen at our museum in Wembley, but the majority of it, including the skull, is at the Tyrrell Museum. The beauty now of having a dinosaur museum in Wembley is that if we were to find a specimen like that in the future, that specimen could potentially stay here in North America and be studied here. So that specimen was tremendously significant as well. It's probably one of the most complete duckbill dinosaurs, certainly that we've ever found here in northern Alberta. Another highlight from this summer, it's just outside of the county, but it is something that we could potentially find here in the Saddle Hills as well. We collected a relatively complete plesiosaur, which is one of the long-necked marine reptiles. You think of the Loch Ness Monster, that kind of creature. This animal was about 60% complete. It was found just outside the town of, or the city of Peace River, town of Peace River, and we collected it in collaboration with the Royal Tyrrell Museum. And so that's a good example of how we are connecting with other museums in the province. And again, these are fossils that are found in our own backyard. This specimen also could be one of the oldest plesiosaurs ever found in Alberta. So we do have tremendously exciting fossils and significant fossils from here in the Saddle Hills County. We would very much look forward to doing some more work in this area and seeing what else is out there. So thank you. I'll turn it back over to Lyndon.
Okay, and one of the things that we've tried to identify ourselves as able to do that's a museum like the Tyrrell can't do is to share what's happening in the field far more through, we used Starlink when we were pulling Big Sam out so that people could see more of what was happening at the moment. With the Tyrrell, it's negotiated because there are reasons why Emily's not as keen on having, a camera in front of her when these things are happening. But it really created a sense of ownership with the skull. And so as we do things up here in terms of field work, we can share it immediately with schools and with the community and the world, which is really nice. That leads us to the next thing that new Dino Bus. This spring, that was Emily's talk. Yeah, we moved a little quickly here. So export ready tourism is what we've been working on, trying to bring people into the community for paleontology tours. One of the ones that we're looking at is in the MD of Greenview. You have a river and we have a raft in terms of the Peace River, so there is the potential of us doing some work up here and doing something akin to that. Adding to that, next one, got a little sidetracked on that. The county gave us their bus that they're no longer using, and this new dinosaur bus that we've got is a tool that we've used to increase our summer camps. But the part that we haven't used is it's got a wheelchair ramp and it's wheelchair accessible, which means we can take interesting things to the community, but also we can bring the community to the museum with the advantage of this bus. Part of the reason for the county giving us the bus was so that we could overcome one of the hurdles that school groups have, which is booking a bus when they travel by school bus, and the school buses are busy till 9 o'clock and have to be back at the school at 2 o'clock. And we now have a day-long program that can't be fitted in if a school is spending most of their time on the road to get to the museum. So this will solve one of the problems that communities further afield, like as you are, have in accessing our museum experiences. But it also works very well for seniors because we can, and just general people. It's a very nice bus. What? Okay. I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to cover off some of the benefits that we've been offering everybody, and we'd really like you to be involved in. One is that we've been giving membership cards to the local libraries. The libraries then use their system for their patrons to sign it out. And then they get membership privileges, which includes admission, but also a discount at the gift shop and a discount at the restaurant. They sign it out, the library sets the standards for it. And it has meant that barriers of cost, it makes it easier to get to the museum, try it out, and creates a stronger tie with the community. MD of Greenview and County Grand Prairie use that at the moment.
Cool.
That's it for you? Okay. I'll try to wrap things up here, I guess. One is, I've acknowledged just a couple of times, I'm sure it embarrasses her, but you have the most famous paleontologist in the world right now in this room. 517 million views on dinosaurs. That doesn't happen every day. We're tied in with the BBC. They did a full episode on the walking with dinosaurs in our region. They did two episodes in the Alberta region. So we're significant in that. We're getting a lot of tourism that's coming in from international tourism. A lot of people have been coming from various places, a lot of influencers to tape their own content. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube you can see that's happened at our museum. Lots of good things there. We hosted the Premier and Caucus earlier this summer when they were in the region. They made a point to come and tour the museum. We had a great time showing them around and showing off all the finds that we had. So, we're doing our best with outreach at the provincial, the national, and international levels right now. We're trying to make the most of paleontology. So, really, yeah, Lyndon mentioned the library offer. We really hope that we can engage with any libraries in the region and hope that we can continue to bring an international focus on tourism that can be developed not only around Wembley and the County Grand Prairie, but expand through the region as Emily's having finds up in the Saddle Hills County area as well. So we're open for any questions. I know we didn't leave a lot of time for that.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I know that some of our local schools did go and visit the Dinosaur Museum this past year and loved their visits and stuff like that, so that's great. Kids are accessing it and seeing it, and I know there's an interest in dinosaurs. Is there any questions from anybody? No? Okay, well, we thank you so much for coming and giving us an update on the museum. The information is great and kind of gives us an idea of what's going on, because there's, of course, lots of different initiatives in the communities that it's nice to kind of have you guys come in front of us and provide information on what's going on. So we appreciate the update, and we look forward to seeing what the museum has to offer in the future.
Working with the county.
You betcha.
In the future for it as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Byron Buse sitting right there. Okay, we are ready for our next delegation. If you want to come up.
So this is your mic here, and then the little timer will go on there.
Super, thank you. Good morning, Council. My name is Byron Bowie, and I'm here representing the Spring Lake Ski Hill and Equestrian Camp. My purpose is to request your help to widen the access road into the ski chalet, which is in winter has proven to be just a bit too narrow for the snowplow to wing the snow back enough, making the road far too narrow. The total length of the road is 0.9 kilometers, with about 3/4 needing vegetation removal. The road would then need to be widened approximately 2 meters on each side, and the ditches moved out. It is hoped that the ditches would have a very gentle slope so we can keep it mowed to keep the vegetation back going forward. The portion of the road that goes through the horse camp, approximately 100 meters, does not require any work. Once through the horse camp, there's a small but sharp hill which needs to be cut down a bit Small cars can spin out on this hill during slippery conditions. The hill measures 0.1 of a kilometer. Perhaps the dirt from the hill could be used in the chalet area to create more parking. There is also a small hill in the lower horse camp area that could be cut down as well, and the dirt used at the chalet as well. Trailers do rub when coming down this hill, so it's a little bit sharp. Below the hill, there's a creek crossing which will need the culvert extended or replaced. In the past, the beaver have been a problem plugging this culvert, so perhaps a beaver guard would be installed at this time. The creek is currently quite dry, so this fall would be an opportune time to do this work if it worked out. The road crosses a TC Energy pipeline corridor twice on the way to the chalet, once before and once after the creek crossing. It would be a benefit to us if there were no ditches along the corridor in this area as we use the pipeline to park on during our annual poker ride. There are no ditches currently there. The entire road has good solid base, so no need for any work on it. Just a top dress of 3/4 gravel would be great. That's about it. Thank you very much, Council, for your time. Any questions?
I don't think so. I think we had planned to talk about this today, so it's perfect timing you coming in to discuss it. We'll be discussing it in our agenda here, and we'll be getting back to your group on what we're gonna do to help try to create better access for you guys. And we thank you for all your work that you guys are doing out there. It's amazing, and you guys are really doing great work out there.
And thanks to you folks too for your support in the past. And it's really coming around. It's getting to be a well-used area.
Yeah.
Like on Sunday, I guess you couldn't even park around the lake there. It was so busy.
Yeah, I had pictures sent to me and the beach was just packed and there was so many people out on the water. It was amazing.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
seen that many on the water before.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a nice little lake.
It is. Okay, thank you so much for
Okay,
coming.
thanks for your time, Council.
You betcha. We're headed back up to Spring Lake. I did have a picture. I don't see it. Yeah, I saw a picture and it was just packed out there. It's crazy. It's awesome. Okay, so let's go back up to 7.4 if we may. I know Ron's out there though talking with him. Oh, here he comes back in. Okay, Ron, we want to talk about this right now if we could. Carrie, would you like to?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Plinsky will present there.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we had a motion to bring back information about upgrading this access road. Earlier in the year, we did a little bit of research on what it would take to upgrade it. Like they mentioned, the road is narrow. It could use brushing, trees pushed back. And there's that one hill he talked about, and I was out there on Friday, and I think probably the best is to go around that hill so it doesn't eliminate any of their area they've developed for campers that they park and horses. So separating the two uses would probably be a good idea. So, so I provided you with some pictures of what that road looks like, and all the items that he mentioned is sort of mentioned in Kelly Hudson's report as well. The widening of the road and the area for increased parking by the lodge. And An high estimate to complete this work, if we were to hire a lot of it out, would be $350,000. One option is to do some of the brushing this year and some minor upgrades to our operating budget, and then bring that back to next year's budget deliberations, or this fall's budget deliberations, and add it as a project to make a 7-meter wide road right to the chalet, so you could pass a vehicle, oncoming vehicle, and snow storage. Thank you.
Yeah, I can see how this road can be very narrow once there's snow, when they plow snow pass in there. It'd be hard to have two vehicles pass each other, meet each other going in and out. I think that creating good access for them for all the work that they've done and everything and for what they're doing out there. And I think we've all read the agenda that later on, there's a thing about they're planning on doing like an ultra race there and everything like that. They're really doing some amazing work out there, which is awesome. We're lucky to have them in the county. So what's everyone's thoughts? Councillor Richard, what do you think we should do?
No, I think this is like you just mentioned, is great. I know Don was really making sure that I know he's not here today, but to make this happen sooner, Ron, would that be option 2 to get it going for this year?
Yeah, we can definitely try. We do have to get permissions from Alberta Environment and Lands, because that's in one of our dispositions, so they would have to approve whatever we have. It depends how difficult they make us jump through the hoops to get that done, if we could do it this year.
I'd like to make a motion for option 2 then.
Thank you. Deputy Reeve Hubert.
Hey, I was telling Kristen I was up there on Sunday, and I think I drove in on 105, didn't I? And I thought, well, if the county had all the money in the world, which they probably don't have, it would be kind of cool to be able to pave that little piece I think goes up to 105, and then is that road in the county or is that in Saddle Hills County? Like
County Grand Prairie.
After we get there, is that county?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the map here, and
County of Grand Prairie, right up to where you turn into the Spring Lake Road.
Onto
okay,
753.
so that last piece of gravel road is County Grand Prairie Road?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, and then as soon as you turn off that road, then it becomes
that's ours.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, well, then we probably don't want to pave it. But it was, it's pretty nice close to there, right? And, one of the big advantages to parks is if you have good access or good roads, that's one of the things I think that makes Cotillion attractive is the decent road to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
People don't like getting their trailers and motorhomes and everything all beat up on the way there. So, anyway, thank you.
Okay. I agree, Mr. Richard. I think it'd be good to have it done for this year, for this season, if we have time. Okay, with not seeing any more discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. I don't know, Ron, if you want to go and tell the fellow in the foyer so he knows, but he's still standing there talking to Bryce. Okay, 8.4, budget development guidelines.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Friesen will present.
Hello again.
Hey, John.
So I've had our 2026 budget kickoff meeting with staff here within the last 2 weeks. And now I'm coming to council with this RFD to get some guidelines from council in preparation for the 26 budget. We have some information I could provide further, and I'm looking for some guidelines onto how to proceed with the budget. I included last year's motion in the RFD as well, just as a guideline for council if they want to consider a motion for this year. Thank you.
Okay, I think with it being an election year, some things are a little bit hard to foresee. And I don't want to tell future council what to do, but I think it's fair to say that, to me, I would see the same thing as last year, option 1. How does everyone feel about that? Deputy Reeve Hubert?
I think that seems very perfect, and I'd be happy to move.
Okay, thank you. Yep. Okay, so with that, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. And I don't wanna, I think we should pick dates. I know that a bunch of us won't be here, but I think it's only fair to administration so that they can prepare and everything. And I think it's actually easier for a new council coming in when they're new and everything. It's a lot of information all at once that I think it's fair to pick some dates. Anyone that's, I don't feel right picking the dates, so why don't anybody that's currently running or going to try to be on next council pick the dates?
I was gonna pick November 1, 8, 15,
Okay.
all Saturdays.
Uh,
Okay, maybe not.
Okay, so is there any days, there's RMA in there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any suggestions? How
there-
about administration?
We do have some dates suggested.
Okay,
Grant, we
so
do-
the 4th, 12th, and 26th, that looks awesome.
Yeah, and there is that ministers meeting on November 3rd at 3 o'clock in Edmonton, but
Yep,
that'll be, we can work that out.
okay.
And our
then-
RMA is the, what dates was RMA again?
That's all fine. I'm not really worried about RMA.
But, yeah.
Regular council meeting, we need to reschedule that as well because comes on November 11th, which we know won't work. So do we want to reschedule that now? From November 11th, what about moving that to, well, the 4th, they have grant applications. Can we move the council meeting to the 4th and the grant meeting to the 5th? What's the 5th?
ASB conference, the regional ASB. And it's here this year.
Oh,
What about the 10th and the 12th?
okay, what about the 10th and the 12th, then move council meeting to the 10th?
10?
Or do staff normally take a 4-day weekend?
No.
The 11th is a holiday, but the 10th and the 12th aren't they?
Yeah,
It depends on who approves their leave absences.
November isn't a good time to take time off at this chalet. Is the 10th and 12th work, or no?
Yes,
Council meeting on the 10th?
yeah, that works.
Okay,
So we're keeping that at the 4th?
yeah, and just put the
Changing
10th
this
in there,
to,
November 10th?
yeah. Okay, would someone like to move that? Thanks, Councillor Roy, I greatly appreciate it. With that, I'll call the question, all in favor. It's carried unanimously, awesome. Okay, 2025 public auction.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Friesen will present.
Thank you, Mr. Friesen.
All right, so we have an auction coming up. There's 2 parcels remaining that are still have with unpaid taxes. The parcels are listed on the RFD. What we need from council in this one is to set the terms and conditions of the auction, and we have a policy that dictates some of that. And we also need the reserve bids from council. They're listed in the option 1 for the option benefits for council's consideration. Thank you.
Okay. What's everyone's thoughts?
So Madam Chair, when we publish this, we'll also publish the reserve bids as well.
Yep. Okay. What's the thoughts of the group? Is everyone okay with this? Yeah? Councilor Armagost, you're okay with this? Okay, thank you. Okay. Not hearing any more discussion. I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Moving on to write-off of uncollectible amounts.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Friesen will present.
Thanks.
Right, so we have two provincial programs, the Provincial Education Requisition Credit and the Designated Industrial Requisition Credit that are offered by the province, and they offer the municipalities the right to recover the education portion of municipal taxes for oil and gas properties that are deemed uncollectible. So the amounts for those are listed in the RFD. And those amounts either require a motion from council to write those amounts off or a authorization from council to approve us applying for the Perk and Dirk application. Either one is sufficient for our needs to get these get this Perk and Dirk funds from the province. In addition to that, this year I'm also have a couple other items to requesting permission to write off, which is the Department of Agriculture and Forestry. They don't participate in the Perk and Dirk program. What they have is a grants in lieu of taxes program where they pay 50% of the taxes, and then we're just left with the amount remaining on our books, so we need to write those off.
Yeah.
And one other item is there's one parcel in Woking that was taken over from a previous auction several years ago. And in that process, there was some property on the parcel that needed demolition. So the county did that in previous years, and that was added to the tax roll. Now that property in Woking has sold in one of our last council meetings, and we need to write off those amounts that were added to the tax roll in order to complete the sale or for the closing date. Then that amount for those two, for that one parcel is $23,928. That's listed in the RFD as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just to add to that, Madam Chair, the oil and gas ones that are listed there are the ones that we've been bringing to council for the past 9 years that they've been insolvent. All the names that are listed there, the oil and gas names.
Yeah.
Now, what happens typically when all these oil and gas companies go into receivership or bankruptcy, other oil and gas companies cherry pick all the good assets and they leave a few behind.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we keep getting assessed on those leftover properties on these bankrupt companies.
Yeah.
The municipal or the provincial assessor hands are tied. They got to keep sending us the assessment notices. We got to send out a bill, which we know is not going to be uncollectible.
Yeah.
Until either these go to the Orphan Well Association or somebody else terminates these assets. So that's why, and the province came forward with we used to say you had to do a motion to write them off. You don't have to do that anymore if a municipality chooses to leave them sit on their books as receivables forever that are never going to get paid.
Yeah.
Our practice has always been to write them off just to get them off the books, and we collect our education tax back from the province.
Yeah.
And also on the grants in place of taxes, where the province dropped it to 50% 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, where they were only paying us part of their taxes.
Yes.
And we all had to write off the rest, basically.
Yeah.
They recently made an announcement that they will be increasing it back to 100%
Okay.
in the next couple of years. So
Okay.
you won't have to write off what they're not paying.
Okay.
Provincial taxes that,
Yes.
Yeah. from the
Okay.
province.
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. We've done this for a while. I think we are very lucky compared to the rest of the province on what we have for uncollectible taxes. So, and really the big portion of this is Saddle Hills County from us dealing with taking over some land. So, it's actually it's great to see a lot of bigger issues in other municipalities. Anyways, with that, Deputy Hubert.
I don't like seeing Saddle Hills County's name on this list.
I think it's just going.
How do we, or what can we do to get Saddle Hills County? Because I mean, we're paying ourselves, but I don't like seeing Saddle Hills County's name on this list.
Well, I think in order to clear the roll, there has to be a motion from council.
It's, the land, the property's in our name.
It's in our name, yeah.
Because we took over from a tax sale, we knocked down an old property 4, 5, 6 years ago. And it was about 23,000 to clean up the property and cut down some trees and clean up the lot.
Yeah, so can't we pay ourselves?
Well, I mean.
I don't know, I mean, if I was a company, oh, look at that, they write off these things, oh, Saddle Hills County is writing off their own taxes.
The other way is you direct us to pay the bill.
Well, I would rather direct us to pay the bill, it's a tiny little number, take our name off this list of uncollectible taxes, I don't believe it really paints a good picture for the county. I mean, because we pay the bill to ourselves.
It is, it's a write-off of uncollectible accounts, we're not an uncollectible account. Okay, so why don't we take it off of here, and, we'll make a subsequent motion
Yeah.
to pay that bill off.
That'll
On
work,
roll
that'll work for us if you have,
065.
if we take this off this list and the subsequent motion to
Pay that
pay
bill.
these taxes to ourselves.
Pay the outstanding taxes on tax roll 065,930. Okay, so can we adjust the total amount?
Is that okay?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, I'll get your total here. The total amount, 50, so it's 53, 140, 27 less the, 23, 928.
I get 29,211.82.
That is correct.
So 29,122.
No, 211.
211.
82. Okay. Councilor Armagost is. Okay, any discussion? Not hearing any, I'll call a question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously. Okay, would you like to make a subsequent motion
Yeah, I would like to.
pay off the outstanding taxes on roll 065,930?
Yes.
Do we want to direct the administration to do that, or?
Yeah.
No, just pay outstanding taxes. Outstanding taxes on that tax roll.
Yeah.
We don't need to mention the name of it, of who holds it.
We have to say the roll though, number.
Yes, yes.
Do you want to leave this number in there?
Yeah,
I think I want to take out the name of of Saddle Hills in there.
I think we want to say the why due to acquiring land from, like, we acquired the land from taking over the, what? From the tax sale, yeah, due to acquiring land from a tax sale,
Tax sale, yeah.
right?
I think we put Saddle Hills County acquiring land from tax sale. Afterwards.
Yeah.
That, I'm okay,
Yes.
because now it doesn't say.
Yeah, I
what-
just
now it
want to
doesn't say we're
explain that we're not
delinquent.
just paying
Yeah.
someone's taxes, I want to explain that why we're paying that money
Yeah,
on that roll. It's because we know. Yeah. Okay,
yeah. I'll
is that
move-
good?
I'll move that.
Okay, moved by Deputy Hubert. Any discussion? I'll call the question, all in favor. Okay, it's carried unanimously. Reference summary for committees and boards.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So every August, we bring this forward to council prior to the fall organizational meetings. Just for any final comments or review from council. So administration's updated it to the latest information we have available. And of course, we have the three sections, the internal committees, central peace committees, and the external ones. The Central Peace Regional Waste Management Commission, they have a committee meeting coming up, or a board meeting coming up, where they potentially will be their last meeting, and that commission will be disbanded. So coming up to the October org meeting, that may not be a active commission anymore.
Okay.
Other than that, if council had, I know that we talked about probably adding Masqua next year. Spirit River Ad Hoc Airport Committee, there's been no information on that, so it's not on here. And if there's any other external committees council would like to consider, whether we should still participate in or not, moving forward to the board, the org meeting in October, let us know. But other than that, we're bringing it for council to review and
I'd like
let
to
us
cut
know
as
it's
many as
okay.
possible.
I'd
But I
like
don't know if there's
I'd
any to
like-
cut.
I'd like to leave it till the next council to
Okay.
decide that.
But they won't
They won't know.
they won't know,
But
so, yeah.
I still think I'm fine with it the way it is. Okay. So with that, would someone like to move it? Okay, thanks, Councilor Roy. I'll call the question, all in favor. Carried unanimously. Sponsorship request for the Saddle Hills Ultra. I think we should all run this, guys. I was thinking about this, a quick little relay. What do you think, Alvin?
I'm gonna be calm on that day.
Very cool that they are wanting to do this. I would like us to be a title sponsor, but would someone be interested in moving that?
I'd move that.
Thanks. Yeah, it's $2,000. No, they're pretty cheap. Yeah, it's a pretty cheap, yeah. Okay. Okay,
Which one are you running the 60K?
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do now.
I could see
I'm gonna
start
retire
training.
and run an ultra.
Okay, that sounds good.
I've only ran a half marathon. I've ran half marathons, but that's the farthest. Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, moving on to councillor reports. Quick, snappy, and straight to the point. Mr. Roy, how's it going?
Really well, Madam Chair. I really don't have much to talk about. We just discussed everything at the first part, and I think everything's great. It's hot.
It's hot. Okay, councillor Armagost.
Well, it's hot and it's dry. And other than that, I feel fortunate that I don't have to go out and fight fire again, so I'm hoping that everything hangs on. But other than that, I don't have a lot to report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Richard, how's it going down there?
Pretty good. No, not too much like on my end. I did get a letter here from a ratepayer. She was just concerned about our daycare, right? So I made some copies. You just want to read
Okay.
it quick, but I mean, it's just plain and simple. She'd like to see what we can do to get a daycare for our county or however. So I did send her an email back, said I mentioned it at the next council meeting to see what could possibly happen. So Jordan, I believe she's a nurse that works
In town?
and she does some work in town, but she's in Grand Prairie, but she does fill in Spear River if they're
Oh,
if they're
okay.
short. But she's always has daycare issues for her little guy there. But so no, I just want to bring that up.
Okay.
And one other thing is just our potable water in our county. Like I know a lot of our residents said that they're happy to have guys go across their crops this year if we get water sooner. So you know a lot of these crops are off now, and we're just kind of wondering, how much longer is this going to take? And they say some pipeline things. Like I know if there's an oil company who's going to put a well in there, it would be happening a lot sooner. So I just don't know what the holdup seems to be, Abe.
I did see applications go to Alberta Transportation for road crossings. So that's in place or submitted to them, so we're waiting for approval. And I think they're still waiting for a couple more pipeline crossings.
Is it normal that it takes like 3 months for a pipeline crossing? I mean, if I was to build something now, you call before you dig, and usually you get something happen. I know these are different things, but it seems to be taking.
Yeah, the pipelines, we have to do crossing agreements with each oil company. Some respond quickly and some take a long time. They take up to 3 months, some of those.
Okay,
But we're getting there, we're getting
Yeah,
closer.
it just seems like it's taken quite a while, and I mean, the conditions have been good, and, okay, that's just some of our residents are wondering, like, I'm gonna take my crop off, but, are they gonna be out there before that? I says, I'm hoping they are, but it doesn't look like it, so, okay, I think besides that, it's just those, one thing, possibly, Ron, if, when they do if they do the fire hall thing, I know the landowner was wondering, like, if the topsoil off them fields, he's just got a few sloughs in that field, if, I don't know if Jim Imes talked to you or not, but I'll bring that up at the next, when we get closer to that time, but,
Okay.
like, he's got a place for that topsoil if they.
Yeah, and I
if-
think normally the county works with the
Yeah.
landowner when they're dealing with the extra dirt.
Yeah, we'll work with Bryce, Bryce is working on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, I think that's all I got, thank you.
You betcha. Thanks, Jerry. How's the pavement coming along? I see a lot of dust flying. We've had some
yeah.
issues with some crazy truck drivers. But,
One question, they were saying they're not gonna pay that till September, or when is it gonna, it's a while yet. I see some of the stuff that the oil, that the oil's already coming off, but they had it nicely perfect, and they oiled it, but now some of that oil is starting to come off, and I know my one son with the grain car, he just took the back window out of the tractor, so we're staying off that road, because the rocks stick to your tires and come up, and they
Yeah.
take out a window, so it's nice that we're seeing this work being done, but it'd be nice if the paving crew could be in there pretty well, because it could be beat up. I guess they'll just have to fix it again before they pave it even.
yeah,
Yeah, that's correct. They have to fix it before they pave it. We don't have full control on their schedule. That's up to them
Yeah.
within the construction year to get it done, else they go into penalty
But I've had
penalty
lots of
section.
remarks that they're happy to see it's coming, and even
I
for
just-
all companies, they said.
look at how fast that happened, hey? Look at that, hey? Some things are fast.
Okay, that's good, thanks.
Yeah, you betcha.
I think they got a lot of their crushing done for the pavement now. They're at, right, 60, 70, 80% of the crushing done, or?
Yeah, the crushing is complete. All the gravel base is in place, like you said, and it has oil on top, so they have some seeding to do, a little bit of landscaping, and waiting for the asphalt to.
So the
Plant.
asphalt, where would the paving plant be set up? Is it coming from, is that local?
Yeah, it's gonna be set up in Fourth Creek Pit, in our gravel pit. They're not 100% sure if it'll be a Carmack plant, or they're trying to sub that out if they could get it done a little quicker.
Cool. Okay, Counselor Klatt.
Okay, nothing really to report, but it was nice to see the great turnout at the Volunteer Appreciation Evening.
Yeah.
I think every chair was filled
Mm-hmm.
that was sitting there. It was an excellent turnout.
Excellent. Okay, Deputy Reeve Hubert.
Bring that up, Shirley. That was a great event. As you heard last night, we had a call from one of the Hutterites in the Bakery Colony, dreaming about extending the asphalt half a mile to the west. As Danny told them, maybe someday when there's an overlay, that might be a good plan, but anyway, just thought I'd bring it to your attention.
Betcha.
I think that's it, thanks.
Okay, I kind of brought up my residents' concern as we went across the agenda today. Counselor Ray had a little,
Yeah, Jerry brought up, about, this letter and stuff, but I did have it right here. And just let me, do we have a policy for like, for in the county? Is that through that program?
yeah, it's subsidy program,
Yeah.
childcare subsidy program, yes.
She mentioned if it could be a little bit more money to, in it in the future, cause it's getting more expensive, I guess. I wonder if that's a policy we can bring forward to review.
We could. I know that childcare has gotten cheaper at licensed daycare facilities because it's $10 a day now, but I know that that's not an option for everyone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the next council could definitely review that at budget time.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I can make a motion to bring it to
Budget
future.
deliberations
Budget
if you want to.
deliberation, sure,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. I have no kids under daycare, so,
It's been a while for me even.
Yeah.
So it's been a while for you.
yeah.
I would agree.
So we have two policies, 80-39 and 80-40. 39's for employees and 40 is for the residents.
Yes.
Would be residents, I'd be more,
kept
I
them
mean,
both the
she
same.
was an employee here, but.
We've kept them both the same.
Can look at them both.
Should add to that motion, and summary of,
policy update or something.
Because we changed it once because
You know, how many people are using
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
how
how
much
many
are we
people-
spending and stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I think we
So
added that
to
too.
bring policies 39 and 40 to budget deliberations with a program overview.
I'll fill those in later, cause they're way too long.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
39 and
To
40.
2026 budget deliberations
Yeah.
with a program overview. And then you'll kind of have an idea of what the budget actually gets spent and how many people are actually applying.
Using it, it's good, good idea.
Like a cost
Pro-
summary?
No, with a program
With a program summary.
over summary. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Does that look good, guys?
I think that's.
Okay.
I like it.
Councilor Armagost, did you have anything for this, or for? Okay, well, any discussion on this? Not hearing any, I'll call the question, all in favor? That's good. Councilor Armagost?
yeah, just one more. There was a lot of comments about the crazed gravel truck driving.
Yeah,
There's at least two places where those trucks drove off the pavement. They just drove off. And supposedly there's a bunch of truck parts scattered on top of the hill by Forest Creek. And I did hear a lot about the speed and there was lots of suggestions that the county should have more control when the trucks are actually doing our jobs, you know, like, so it peed a lot of people off. Especially to see three accidents happen, probably three, at least two. One truck on its side, one
Yeah.
truck in the ditch with broken front axle. And I don't know how we can possibly monitor them unless we set up speed trap for every time they're trucking. But
Yeah.
it shines, like, people get confused too. They start thinking that those are really Saddle Hills trucks hired and we have control and it's a contractor, right? So. But I don't know what we can do in the future, but just for information, I don't know, Ron.
and
I know that the RCMP did come out. I heard that they wrote 8 tickets in 3 hours the one time. That's trucker gossip, but
I greatly appreciate the RCMP for being diligent about that. I contacted Carrie about it to say, is there something we can do? And I want to commend the RCMP for showing up and trying to help
That's
with
a big,
safety concerns in regards to that, because 725 was dangerous. Like, I know people were telling some of my friends, their husbands told them, don't take 725, take a different road and head to get out to 49, because it was just like, it's just crazy traffic, but.
they were over at Bay Tree starting on that stretch.
Yeah.
And one guy, I went to go leave and one truck's got the whole highway 49 broke down. The other guy scrambled to get a rope to pull him out of the way, and it was quite entertaining actually in some ways, but yeah, they're pretty, that's a crazy crew anyways.
we're too fast.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is what it is. Ron, did you have a comment?
Yeah, one thing we'll probably do in the future with being a 3-digit highway, we could have our own peace officer monitor the speed a bit better and just pull them over, and even if they warn them, that's slowing them down because they're getting paid by the load, so.
Yeah,
So we'll implement that for next time. Actually, when the paving crew comes, because we'll have a different set of trucks,
yeah,
but we'll implement that to
that
slow
would be
them down.
awesome. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, Councillor Klatt?
Just a comment on the peace officer. So you mentioned warnings. Is he actually issuing tickets for speeding?
From time to time he does.
Okay,
He does a lot more.
all right.
I have heard of tickets. Not myself, might I add. Me and Wayne don't know each other as well as me and Norm did. I actually passed Wayne yesterday. And I did get a ticket. Anyways. Okay, with that, would someone like to accept council reports for information? Thanks, Councillor Armagost. And I'll call the question, all in favor. It's carried unanimously. I want to commend Wayne. I see him quite a bit, and he's fit in really well with the people, and people respect him, and I greatly appreciate his work he's doing out there. He's fit in quite well. Okay, so delegation, Lyndon Roberts. Emily and Ryan. Do we do the library card thing? Do our libraries have that? I remember them talking about this previously. I don't think we do that, do we? No, I don't think we do. So we've been giving them, we gave them $50,000 in 2021, 2022, and 2023, and then we cut that down to 25,000 in 2024, and then down to 20,000 in 2025. So how does everyone feel? I know that they have now taken on the schools, and the kids quite enjoyed it. I mean, that's not. What's everyone's thoughts? Or this goes, does this go to, do they apply? It comes with the grants in November. So do we want to just move to accept this for information? I would like to, I think the library card's not a bad idea. Maybe just if there was a library card at the, I don't know, I know we have homeschool groups and stuff like that, quite a few kids that are homeschooled within our municipality, that it would be nice if they could access that as well, but I don't know how we do that. I mean, I know they use the libraries a lot, the homeschool groups, so maybe if that was integrated through the libraries, that would maybe reach those kids. It's just a thought. So if you guys want to talk about that next council, that'd be great. Oh, you guys are gonna be fine. Okay, so would someone like to make this motion?
Sure. That's about it.
Okay, moved by Councilor Armagost. I'll call the question, all in favor. It's carried unanimously. And then with Delegation Byron, we took care of his concerns. So does someone just want to thank him for bringing that information?
I can do that, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Councilor Roy. I greatly appreciate that. Just direct administration to thank Byron Bew for his, yeah, that's good. And that's moved by Councilor Armagost. No, Councilor Roy. And with that, I'll call the question, all in favor. It's carried unanimously. Councilor Shard, would you like to make a motion to go in closed session?
No, I was gonna make that last motion, but yeah, I guess you didn't.
I know, well, no, Councilor Roy was ahead of you on the docket, so that's why I'm catching you now. Do you wanna do this one?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, moved by Councilor Shard that we move into closed session.
All in favor?
All carried unanimously. Thank you. And so with that, would someone like to make a motion that we just accept the legal matter for information? Counselor Klatt, thank you. I'll call the question. All in favor? It's carried unanimously. Okay, with that, we'll move on to information items. Does anyone see anything in there they'd love to talk about? Or would someone like to move it for information?
Yeah, there is that letter from the province on the egg disaster, and we also, we received an email Friday after the agenda went
Yeah.
out from the feds as well about the livestock tax deferral, I think it is.
Yes.
We'll have that for information on the next agenda.
Yeah, it's just stating the current, that, you know, the current programs that are available. And, yeah. What? Sorry, Councilor West?
The livestock tax deferral that everybody's all concerned about has actually been in effect in Saddle Hills continuously for 3 years now. You can read it on the website.
Yeah.
And it gives you all the reasons and how it's comes about. It has nothing to do with the county's declaration. It's brought from Agriculture Canada. All the information is brought forwards. It also tells you what's available. You have to at least sell 15% of your breeding herd. Between 15% and 30% of your breeding herd, you get to write off or get to defer 10% of that.
Yeah.
Or if you sell 100, the next group is from 30 to 100, you can defer 100% of that, 70%.
Yes.
So, and you can defer it as long as there's another livestock deferral year
following year.
approved. And you don't necessarily have to buy livestock, but you're gonna end up paying taxes or have to do some business to, you know, even if you, so but it has nothing to do with the county at all. So I just thought I would mention that.
Yeah. Councilor Richard.
Yeah, no, just one, I know going through some of the past motions, I know we had one probably 6 months ago. There was some work done, authorized work done in a ditch that our county administration was supposed to do the repair work and send the landowner a bill. Did that happen or? Carrie or?
I'd have to check on that.
Okay, no, just, I like if there's anything from this last council, we should get cleaned up while it's fresh in our mind. I know I haven't been up that way to see if the work was done or.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know which situation you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I don't know either, so yeah.
Okay. Just to,
Maybe if you wanna look into that and bring that to the next, just an update on that, Carrie, to the next meeting.
no, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, Councilor Roy.
Just one little rant in regards to this thing is on the grain. Back in the day, you could buy like a price endorsement coverage through AFC, and they took that away. My issue is in the spring when they give us our spring endorsement prices, and then your invoice reflects all that insurance, and now we get to the end of the year and the crop prices are not great. And let's say you don't even have an insurance claim, but I still had a big bill at the beginning of the year just because they did it at that time. I don't know why they don't look at maybe somehow giving you a credit back on your insurance.
Claim now is good because you could sell for higher price.
Higher price,
Higher
yeah,
insurance,
exactly, yeah. So I don't know why they're not looking at,
Yeah.
you know, people are advocating to say, well, if the prices are really bad, you should be given a credit back on your coverage in the spring, like a difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but, okay, thanks. That was my.
Very good.
Okay. I know we had low yield allowance. I know people that have used the low yield allowance this year and are using it for feed and different things. So I know people have been using these programs. And I know that a lot of livestock producers are baling up a lot of straw, which is wonderful. The grain farmers are making that work. Anyways, would someone like to make a motion to accept this for information? Counselor Richard, would you like to make that motion? Thank you so much. He beat you.
That's fine.
With that, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, it's carried unanimously. I'll adjourn the meeting at 11:11.
Very good. Off to lunch.
Good luck time. It's gonna be a great day.